Hello, it's your friend Jess coming to you via photo booth on my 2009 MacBook Pro. That's right, I have extremely high quality recording equipment in my house. We're gonna do some stuff today. I'm not in quarantine or any kind of serious self-isolation. I still have to go to work and things like that. But I'm just trying to be a responsible human being on the weekends at least, and when I don't have to leave the house. I'm just trying to not spread my germs so much, you know? So, obviously I'm very bored. I'm in my house on a Saturday in a not very exciting area. I would normally be out with a friend having coffee and breakfast by now, or brunch, or we'd be walking around the city, I'd be shopping, I'd be doing something nice, you know? Not just bumming around in my kitchen on photo booth. I do have to leave the house once today, and yeah, we'll do that. We'll get some basics from the IGA. Last week they didn't have much, and by not much I meant the shelves were pretty empty. As far as I know, there's no bread, so if there's no bread today, we will be making bread today. Basically the point of me recording this is so that I feel like I have some company, and so that if anyone actually decides to watch this, if I decide to upload it, they'll also have some company too. I know there's a lot of people who are genuinely self-isolating and are in their house alone, or, you know, with a partner or children. You know, if you got children, good on you. This is a good time to have kids. Well, good and bad, you know, you've got some company, you've got endless entertainment in a child. I've got just me. My partner's out driving Uber, potentially bringing home a whole host of illnesses, which is just great. Yes, I want to keep you company. I want you to keep me company. That's the whole point of today. Yeah, first things first, as we'll go to the IGA, I'll take you with me, not the laptop. I will record on my phone. Not in the shop because I'm not that shameless, but you know, I'll take you with me on the walk. I also got my HelloFresh box today. I normally get it. I haven't just decided to get HelloFresh to avoid going out of the house. It is a normal expense for me. So I'll be cooking those 5 meals today because as far as I know, I'm still going to work next week. And we'll box it all up and put it in the fridge. But I also ordered an extra box this week, and that was the small fruit box. It was $20 and was supposed to be 16 to 18 pieces of fruit. I ordered that because obviously our local grocery was very low on produce, and I was not about that apple life. There's only so many apples a bitch can eat, and that's probably why that's the only fruit that's left at the shops other than pineapples. Yeah, I might buy a pineapple today. Where was I going with this? Yes, IGA, that's where we're going now. That's where we're going now. What is happening here? So I just took 10 minutes to actually leave the house because I was re-watching what I just recorded to make sure I'm not a boring bitch. As it turns out, I don't think I am, so we'll keep going with this. Obviously about to leave. God, my house is fucking messy. We're gonna clean this shit this weekend, okay? Alright. Off we go. Out into the wild jungle that is Ipswich. Look, it's hot out. I'm kind of disappointed that it's still so hot and it's autumn. That seems like bullshit, you know. I feel ripped off, but at the same time, good. Could you imagine if this was the midst of winter, how many people would be getting sick right now? Anyway, off we trot in the sunlight. I'll hold you at a really shitty angle. The grocery store isn't far, so I'm not too worried about this. Wow. It's actually really embarrassing to vlog in public. Now I know how a YouTuber feels. I feel like I have to keep my voice down. Off we go. Welcome to my street. It's relatively peaceful. Sometimes there's kids outside, but other than that, there's nothing seedy around here, which is nice. Except for the house that got busted for drugs when I first moved in, but they're gone now. I think. I'd say they're in jail. Maybe.
received any dirty looks out of anyone's house yet. That's good. And we are almost here. It's only a 4-minute walk. Hey, that's pretty cool. I think I'll show you. I think that's what this button does. No, that is not what that button does. I don't know what that button does. Nope, I genuinely don't know what that does. Anyway, here we are. Okay, so when I went back through the footage from me walking up to the shops and I was like, I don't know what that button does. It takes photos. It's a camera button. So I was just like taking really bad selfies of myself and been like, oh, I'm really stupid. I'm so sorry. I don't usually make videos. I'll insert some of the beautiful images of myself that I took during that trip, trying to flip the camera at some point, somewhere, when I work out what editing program I'm using and how to use said program. It'll probably be iMovies, so get ready for lots of really interesting transitions. Sorry.
Alright friends, we're back. I was in there and I bought some extra flour because obviously I intend on making bread. There was bread in the shops, but there were some families there buying it. I felt really guilty. I'm like, I have the time and the means to make my own bread. I'll just make my own dang bread. But like, bless up that there was any there because there straight up had not been bread in that grocery store for like 2 weeks. At least when I went. There may have been, but it could have just sold out really quickly. Anyway, we went to the shops. Your bitch got the pineapple she was considering on getting because this one looked like pretty ready to go. And looks like it's going to be easy to chop up. I'm going to cut it up, I'm going to freeze it, and I'm going to put the top in some water so we can grow more pineapple. I bought a small bag of spinach because the price of produce has gone up a lot. I got my Googie eggs, thank God they still had some free range ones available. I got 1 sweet potato. This is mostly emergency food, but I'm also considering just cutting it in half and growing more sweet potato from it. When you pop one of these in water, it'll sprout vines, it'll start going about its business. And finally, I bought some flour because I know I'm going to use the rest of what's in my cupboard to make my bread. The flour aisle was so fucking empty. Okay, I tell you what, the only flour that was there was this White Wings, i.e. very expensive wholemeal flour. Thank God it was plain flour because I did not want to end up with self-raising. So, spent a lot of money on this bitch. So all that was there was this and 2 brands of corn flour. So like, what do people even make with corn flour? What's that shit that... If you want to make oobleck, now is a great time to do it. There you go. What I'm trying to do is just to avoid reading the news. That's like one of the main things that I've been doing a lot since this became like a real massive issue. So over the past few weeks. I'm normally pretty on top of the news anyway, because I do have like a general interest in politics and we do have an election coming up. Which, by the way, I registered for a postal vote so that I wouldn't have to go to the election, and now I feel really smart because I feel like I don't want to be amongst all of that next weekend.
Okay, anyone who's watching this, can you tell me what you're doing for the upcoming elections? Are you going to pre-polling? Are you doing a postal vote? That's what I'm doing. I signed up for a postal vote, so everything will just come to my house. And we'll just do it like that. Or are you going to the polls on the day? Because I feel like now that everyone's genuinely concerned about going out and about, like, if you go to pre-polls, are there just going to be a lot of people there anyway? Like, is it not going to be busy on the actual voting day? Like, can I still get my democracy sausage? Because, like, isn't that the only reason why people vote? Actually, that's a great vlog idea for next weekend. I am going to DIY my democracy sausage while doing my postal vote, which I'm hoping I'll have the paperwork for by the weekend. I haven't got it yet. I guess we'll see what happens, but that's something to think about. And if you did apply for a postal vote, why did you do it? Because for me, it's just mostly like, I was still thinking about like, I'm gonna go to church. I don't want to get sick and then give it to all the old people, but now it doesn't really matter. I'm kind of wishing like, maybe I could have just gone to pre-pulling. I'm gonna do something about my skin in this time in my house as well. So get ready for sheet masks, okay? Because I'm looking gross. I'll tell you that. Like, just, oh boy. And my nose piercing looks like a booger. Like, how am I supposed to do funny camera angles if every time I do it, you see this? Oh my god.
So I've been reading all of the kind of basically propaganda that's been coming in the mail. Hopefully this pineapple's okay. It is pretty soft. Now I'm like genuinely worried that I've bought like a crap one. So that's coming up. So what were we talking about? Yes, avoiding the news. The news has become very like, all we're reporting on is coronavirus and the occasional murder, you know? So it's become a little bit depressing to say the least. Obviously I want to stay informed what's going on because this does impact everybody. It's not just one group of people that it affects. How low should I cut this? I do want to like throw it from the top bit. Oh yeah, that's good. That cuts so easily. Wow. Smells so good, bitch. Is this even gonna make it into the freezer? I don't think it is. Anyway, let's cut off the bottom too, I guess. So, another thing that I've been finding really important is getting news from the right place. Like, so many people I know are getting all of their news directly from Facebook. No, you need to stop doing that. Like, Facebook is the worst place to get news because like 90% of it is not true. It's all just like people putting their opinions on the internet and like, this is news, this is information. Let me tell you about this. Don't tell me your opinions. It's a bit mushy, to be honest. So anyway, what news apps do you use? Please tell me. I currently am using ABC News for local or Australian-based news, and I use Al Jazeera for world news. They seem to be both pretty good sources of factual information. Fight me if you think I'm wrong, I guess. I decided to actually do this because I was thinking about it for a while when I saw someone else's video. Her series is called Quarantine Shorty. Look it up. She's great. It's just her going about her business. I think she's actually in quarantine. And watching it kind of made me feel like, you know, less bored, less stressed. I'm not like, she's still talking about all this shit, but, you know, I don't feel good. Someone else is going through it. Everyone's going through it, you know? Anyway, so I feel like this is a good idea. How about everyone does this? Everyone should record their day and like keep themselves and their friends company. All right, she's in. I hope that's how you do it. Gonna put her aside with all my other things that I'm growing. Actually, another thing that I've been doing since the start of this, I thought to myself, there might actually be a point where I do have to stay home and literally not leave at some point during this. Like, they think that a lot of people are going to sick. A lot of people are going to get sick, up to a quarter of the population. So at some point, maybe I'll have to stay home, like, there'll be something. Anyway, I decided that now that we live in a house, we've only just moved here, I would plant a veggie garden and we would do that. So I've been out at Bunnings, I've been getting seeds, I've been getting seedlings, I've been trying to propagate things from my own groceries. So out of last week's HelloFresh box, there was a chili in there and there was also some spring onions. So I saved the ends of the spring onions. They're currently growing in water and I've just germinated the seeds from the chili and they are now in a pot. Hopefully growing underneath all that soil. But you know what's friggin' crazy? Okay. I was at Bunnings getting these seedlings and I went into the fruit section at first and it was all still there. Fruit trees, they take a long time to actually provide fruit. It's going to be a couple of years. But vegetables are a different story. Like vegetables, you're going to get something out of them pretty much straight away, depending on what it is. Not straight straight away, but you know, within a couple of months instead of a couple of years. So I get to the veggie section with all the seedlings and there's none there. Bitch has been panic buying seedlings. I was like, what are you doing? I just got a normal amount, okay? I got one of carrot. I'll show you what I got, okay? I got one of bologna beans from the heirloom selection because I'm a fancy bitch. I got one strawberry plant. One, because I'm not selfish, one strawberry plant. I could have got more, but like it genuinely seems like people are panic gardening. I got one of beetroot seedlings, so there were actually 6 seedlings in there. Got one basil seedling. Is that what they are, seedlings? I think that's what they're considered. And one carrot seedling, and these are the roly-poly variety. They're these little, look at them, they're so tiny and cute. Oh, they're very cute. Anyway, I got those, and then I have a few packets of seeds that I've like collected over time. I bought a lot of seeds from Daiso when I was last actually in the city. And I also got some seed packets from Bunnings yesterday. So I've got a lot going in terms of vegetables and a little bit of fruit. Anyway, we've chopped the pineapple. I'm going to hit the stop button on this for a little bit and clean up the pineapple juice, and we'll come back and make some bread. Alright, here I am, we're back and we're going to make bread now, or at least we're going to start making bread and then we'll take a break because it does need to proof, but we are starting. So I've got everything here. We're going to make obviously wholemeal bread because there was only wholemeal flour at the shops. I do have some plain flour, but I kind of want to preserve that because obviously there's none left over there. We're going to make a seeded wholemeal loaf, and I'm also considering not using my plain flour at all and using protein powder instead because I do have a lot of that and I don't go to the gym anymore, so yeah, gotta use it up. So maybe pop the plain flour aside and replace it with protein powder. So seeded bread. I have some seeds in my house that will be suitable for it. So I've got linseeds. The brown boys kind of look like little bugs. I've got black chia seeds. I don't have many left, but it doesn't take many. I have hemp seeds, which are apparently very good for you. I don't know why. What are they high in? Energy. They're high in energy, which doesn't really sound like it's that great for you. I've also heard that they're high in protein. And we're going to pop some oats on top. I do only have quick oats, but whatever. It's just going on top of the bread. Alright, so we'll start by putting some hot water and yeast together. I have 250 milliliters of warm water. Like, you need to be able to leave your finger in it. Otherwise, you will straight up kill your yeast and the bread will not work. I still have some yeast sachets left from when I was like a big bread bitch, so... Oh no, this is the last sachet. After today, I will have to start using my big tub. That's fine, it's quite old. Yeasty boy, I think this is a 7-gram sachet. I kind of mostly eyeball my recipes. I am referencing a recipe today because I don't usually make wholemeal bread, but obviously I'm gonna have to make a few adjustments to it based on what I've got in the house. So yeast straight up in that warm water, and we'll just add a little bit of sugar to give it something to eat. So this sugar shouldn't sweeten your bread because the yeast should consume it before it gets cooked into the bread, so we'll just tip a little bit in. Again, I'm kind of eyeballing it. There's a good chance we'll screw this up, but... So this is just white sugar. I would normally use caster sugar, but I don't have any. And there was none at the shops. So give it yum yum. This should like start bubbling up and doing yeast stuff soon. And then we'll start measuring out the flour while we wait for that to do yeast stuff. I'll just give it a little stir as well. Quick and hurt. Very gentle stir. Yeast is very sensitive. It doesn't like to be disturbed too much. Just like let it get a taste of that sugar, you know? Love some sugar. Also, this recipe that I am referencing is obviously a very good one. It's going by grams instead of by cups. I don't have a kitchen scale in this house, so we are once again going to be eyeballing it. I know what 300 grams is approximately, so we need 400 grams of the whole wheat flour. I have a 1 kilo bag, so just under half of it. Once again, if you have a kitchen scale, I highly recommend actually weighing your ingredients. I just don't have that privilege today. Maybe I'll order one online next week when I get paid. That's a good idea, actually, I will. Catch of the Day has some really great deals. I've only just discovered Catch of the Day, and let me tell you, when I have some spare cash-a-roonies, I'm gonna be doing some serious online shopping. That'll keep us entertained for a while. So in our flour goes, bye-bye, in you go. Okay, I kind of get why flour sold out now, because it does take a lot of the bag. And I'm sure there's people with large families who need it more than I do. But you know, a girl's gotta eat. Like, I can't just eat HelloFresh. That's only gonna do my lunches. So, I have some bread for breakfast. I do have like special cake and stuff, but it's only gonna last so long. Okay, we're done with flour. Already behind us. Now, 100 grams. They're calling for 100 grams of spelt flour, which I don't have. So I'm actually going to use sort of an equivalent of protein powder. This is earth protein, so it's rice and pea protein. It's vanilla flavor, but let me tell you, this shit does not taste nice. Like, it is basically flour flavored, so I'm not too worried about that. I reckon about 2 or 4 of these should be a 100 gram equivalent. It's pretty lightweight. Might go with 3.5. 3.5. How about that? Oh boy. It does not smell delicious. I think it does have sweet in it though, so I might forego the honey. Yeah, it does have stevia in it, so I'm just gonna have to be careful with how much honey I put in this recipe, because I don't want to end up with cake. Yeasty cake. Okay. So that's that. I get out another spoon. Give it a stir. This recipe also calls for an egg, which I don't usually put in my... Oh boy, the yeast is doing its thing. I'm gonna record it for you. I may have used too much protein powder. Oh well. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger in this case. Literally. Too bad I don't have anything to work out with at home. You know what? I might take up yoga. We have this big screen TV that I never switch on, so maybe I'll do some yoga in front of the TV, you know? Like, okay. It wants the yeast straight in here. So I might pop that in there. Does it want the goopy egg? Combine both flours. It wants salt. Yes, I can't forget salt. Dough, water. Where's the goopy egg come into play? Oh, the egg is for the top of the bread. That's fine. I have no issue with that. I'm gonna put a little bit of honey because wholemeal bread tastes like shit if you don't sweeten it. Oh, that is a lot. Okay. It wants salt. Okay, I'm not using the finger that I licked. Okay, I'm gonna get a Dettol wipe up onto my hand. Because I had an obsession with surface wipes before coronavirus was an issue, so I have plenty of them. Literally, I had like 4 packets of surface wipes in my house. Don't know why, I just kept buying them because I like them. They make things smell nice. These ones are Dettol ones. They smell like green apple, but I also have Pine Cream ones that smell so nice, but I save them for my desk at work because work is a place with a lot of smells, let me tell you that much. Your dough should be smooth and elastic when it's ready. I tell you, it's fucking not. I haven't even incorporated all the flour yet. Look, it's been a while since I made bread, and I've never made wholemeal bread before, so this is a time. I should probably think about what we're going to do tomorrow as well, because obviously I am not going to church. Can you believe coronavirus done did cancel Jesus? Like, that's a thing now, like, churches are done. So after Monday, there'll be no more Catholic or Anglican services in person. Obviously, some churches are live streaming their services for people who, you know, can work out how to use whatever online service that's getting live streamed by. I find that really hilarious actually, because like most Catholic and Anglican congregations have a really large like older following, like people who aren't going to be particularly technologically savvy. So I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, live stream? You need to do like phone, like over the phone, like prayer instead, because like old people, they're not gonna be like fucking with the videos, you know? They're not gonna be on Instagram Live. Oh, you're meant to knead it for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna keep kneading this, and then when I put it aside to proof, I'll let you know if anything happened. Okay, I've just finished kneading this. It's not in a good way, so we'll see how it turns out. I'm going to put this aside to proof for hopefully just an hour, or just until it doubles in size, and then we'll come back and we'll knead it again and proof it again. Bread, so entertaining. Let's go.
So I figured that while we wait for the bread to proof, I would show you some of the vegetables that I've started growing and started propagating or whatever. I've got quite a few and I'm having fun with it, you know. I did not think I'd be this excited about growing vegetables, but it's starting to become something that may be a long-term hobby for me, depending on how many things remain cancelled over the coming months, coming year, whatever. I need a lot of at-home activities now, and gardening is going to be one of them. So let me flip this around and we'll show it to you.
So I have spinach and broccoli seeds going in these little nursery pots at the moment. I have the Glad wrap and some water at the bottom of this container to make a bit of a greenhouse effect. It kind of speeds up the germination of the seeds. Hopefully we'll get some seedlings in the next week. If we don't, then I'm a terrible farmer. We've got the pineapple top that I've just popped in water. Hopefully this one starts rooting. If it doesn't, I might try and pop it in soil instead and see what happens. I have tomato plants going in here. I'm soon going to pick out some of the seedlings that aren't as strong as others so that we can really make room for a nice, strong, healthy tomato plant. I got this in a kit from Daiso. It was $8. I think it was really easy as well. These seedlings came through within only a couple of days. Here I have chia sprouts going, and that's from the same chia seeds that I'm about to put on top of our bread. They do still sprout. I have them going in this little makeshift greenhouse that I've made from a crystal bowl. There's a little plate that's sitting in the bowl. It's suspended above a little bit of water, and the actual seeds are sprouting from a dampened paper towel. The cake cover that's on top creates a nice little greenhouse effect. You can see that there's all of these water droplets forming up here. So it's got its own kind of water cycle going on. I only need to add water maybe once a week. And they're going quite happily. I'm gonna see how tall they can get for me. Hopefully I'll be able to kind of snip them all up and we can pop them in salads. In this cup I've got some spring onions, that's what they're called, going. They're stood up in a piece of plastic here. I got these spring onions in a HelloFresh box last week, and I figured since they still had roots on them, I would give them a go in a glass of water. It's going really well. So The plants exactly 1 week ago were the height of the white bits, and now they've grown quite a lot in a week actually. So hopefully by next week, maybe the week after, we can start using bits of them. Also from HelloFresh, I took the seeds out of a chili and I have them going in a wet paper towel in this box. There were double this many chili seeds in there last week, but I've now planted some of them into this soil because they did start to germinate and they had roots coming out. So I popped them in this pot to see how they go. And then finally in this one, another little greenhouse setup, I have cat grass going. It's just seeds, I only got it yesterday, so I'm hoping within the next week we'll have some grass coming up so that my cat has something to chew on because she really misses going outside. This local council doesn't actually allow outdoor cats, so I feel really guilty leaving her inside all the time when I know that she loves being outside. Anyway, that's everything that I'm growing inside at the moment. Hopefully in the coming weeks we'll have some more plants coming out of soil. But for now I think it's all going really well. I cannot wait to start putting crap in my garden. Bread check. It hasn't grown much since I last checked it, and it has definitely been an hour. I might leave it a little longer just because I've got the air conditioning on inside, but yep, not much change. Getting bored, waiting for it. Okay.
It's me again. I actually haven't been gone from my computer for long. I was going to sit down and read the news, but then I thought, no, Jess, you haven't opened up your HelloFresh fruit box yet. I'm hoping it's not going to be disappointing because, like, if they've been cancelling people's orders, it's probably because they don't have enough produce to go around. So we'll see what happens. I've already actually cracked the box open, but we'll unwrap it and we'll see what's in there and count it and everything. So here we go. Box is open. It's packed nicely enough. It's got that recycled cardboard stuffing and it's pretty generic. I'll tell you that much. So we've got a punnet of strawberries, which okay, we've got a punnet of strawberries and 2 of them are moldy, so not a great start. But we can come back from that. And what do we got? We have 1, 2, 3 green apples. Your bitch has already got a whole sack of these, so good. And 1, 2, 3 half-ripe red apples. Or, I actually don't know if these are red or green. I'm hoping they're red. Let's just call them red apples for now, and if that changes, I'll let you all know. Oh, I have this bad feeling they're green, actually. Well, in they go. Jeez. What have we got? 1, 2. I think these are plums. No. 2 of whatever these are, potentially nectarines. They feel like they're yellow nectarines. So if these are nectarines and these are nectarines, we've got 4 yellow nectarines. We have 3 peaches. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 pears. I could do some nice things with pears. So you know what, that is a whole bowl of fruit. I'm not mad at it, but also I probably could have got all of this for less than $20 at the grocery stores had we not been in the situation that we're in. So I'm a little annoyed, but at the same time, at least I have fruit, you know? Because, I don't know, like, life gets a bit depressing without fruit. It's like a nice, healthy, natural source of sugar instead of me, like, eating cake all the time. Like, eat a damn apple, bitch. Like, I'm still mad that I got more apples, so I was kind of hoping it was gonna be, like, different stuff, but, you know, what can you expect? It's just like, it's fresh fruit. Whatever, I'm happy, that's fine. Let's pretend that this is actually $10. And if I got this for $10, I'll be very happy. Kind of still annoyed that 2 of the strawberries are moldy. I'll put that out there. Like, they're not massively moldy, they're not like fur. prefer wooden, but like she's moldy though. Like, ew. Like you pack this. If you packed this yesterday, like the text message told me, not yesterday, like Wednesday, Thursday. If you packed this on Thursday, like the text message told me, this still probably wouldn't have. Ooh, this one is almost liquid. Like it doesn't look moldy, but it's that like questionable texture. Like, bruh, you could have. I'm probably gonna take these strawberries out of this punnet as well, just because it's already had fruit that's going bad in it. And fruit that's going bad actually releases a chemical that makes organic matter go bad. So if you have one moldy thing amongst your stuff, the rest of it's gonna go moldy faster. I forget what it's called.
It's ethylene. I remembered. It's ethylene. Fruit that's going bad releases ethylene, which then speeds up the breakdown of other organic matter. Look it up. It's real science. If you have fruit that's going bad, take it out of your fridge. Don't leave it there to go rotten, because it will make everything else go rotten as well. Pro tip. Okay, so I got mostly bored of waiting for the bread to proof, but also it had been like well over an hour, like bordering on 2 hours. So I've already kneaded in some more seeds and I've put it in the tray that I intend on cooking it in. So hopefully at some point we can put it in the oven and actually cook it and try it and find out if I've wasted my day. So here we go, I will give you a look.
There we are. The kitchen counter looks really disgusting. I promise that's because I've just kneaded a bunch of seeds into the bread dough, but there it is. It's in the tin. The tin has been oiled, so it's hopefully not going to stick. We've got to leave it to proof one more time. And then we'll whack it in the oven. So I'm going to preheat the oven now so it's definitely the right temperature by the time we put this in the oven, and then we'll put a little bit of egg yolk, some more seeds on top, and the oats on top. I didn't put any oats inside. And then we'll cook it.
So fight me. I got chicken karaage and seemingly an Ipswich specialty, chicken and cheese sushi. I haven't been able to find this anywhere else. So we got it at work like all the time last year, and I became obsessed with it, even though it's terrible for you and isn't exactly what I would consider traditional sushi. It's very nice, and I've only ever found it at Ipswich sushi restaurants. Very strange. So I've got that for probably later. I'm gonna have the karaage chicken now. And yeah, I don't care what you think of me. much I'm gonna eat without you watching because I eat like a grub.
So there she is in all of her cooked glory. She's pretty solid. Like, there are all the seeds that came off. LOL. Let's give it a chop. I'm gonna work out how to place this camera for chopping purposes, and then we'll get to it.
It's undercooked, but it's alright. It'd be nice toasted. That's what you say about bread that's shit. It'd be nice toasted, but there it is. Bread. Yum.